Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I know I'm not on normally on Saturdays, but I got my life together early enough to come on and do a little ink project with y'all. So make sure you comment !notify. This will get you signed up for live notifications. Facebook will just send you a message when I go live, but make sure you put it all together in one word and make sure you include that ! That is super, super important, okay? We're gonna do an ink project. We have not done ink in quite some time. And you know what? I thought let's do it because y'all have always been asking me for ink, so let's do it. So I'm gonna use a carry-all tote. This tote is actually retired, but I have like 10 of them in my stock. So when you comment the word tote, T-O-T-E, I will actually send you a message and you can purchase the tote directly from me. Or you can just send me a message saying, hey, I want the tote. Send me an invoice for the tote and I can do that, okay? But when y'all pop on, say hey, don't be quiet. I know it's Saturday morning. I know we're a little tired, but y'all check out how cute this tote is. I love this tote and we're actually gonna use this transfer, but I think we're just gonna put the bee and the wreath and all of that on the Hi Donna on the tote. We're not gonna do the rest of it. And this transfer is actually on sale. So I think like Perks members can get it for like $13 when it's normally $27. So it's kind of a great deal. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Laura. Melanie, your order's going out. You should be getting tracking today for your quick dry tool and your cutout. All right, while my heat press is heating up, I'm just gonna take it over. Hi, Cheryl. I'm gonna kind of press this all over to kind of smooth out any edges. What is happening? This is not going well already. Good morning. I know I don't normally come on over the weekends. Normally I'm just on in the evenings during the week, but I thought, why not? Let's just do it. So be sure to hit that heart button for me. Comment the word tote, T-O-T-E, and I will send you a message with everything I'm using, including the link to the actual tote bag. So we're gonna ink. So I'm gonna pull out my ink mat. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Cheryl. Hello. Look at all these beautiful people. All right, I was making sure the word tote gets sent, that your keyword works. All right, so I'm gonna put my ink mat in. The ink mat is a sticky mat. So the really neat thing about this is that you put this in between your layers when you're inking. That way that's probably why it was all weird. That way you don't bleed the ink to the back of your surface. So like a shirt, a tea towel, anything like that, or a tote. But it doesn't have to be in straight because I'm only going to be doing the center part of it. So how is everybody this morning? What are y'all doing? Do y'all have any plans for today? I'm going to be working, getting caught up on orders. And then what else? I have my nephew's birthday party this afternoon. So that's what your girl's doing. All right, so I got my ink mat in there. I pushed it down and made sure all of the wrinkles were out, okay? You want it to be as flat as possible. Hi, Diane. And we're going to use this transfer. This transfer came out last spring, and I still have not used it. And I thought, let's put this on a tote bag. So give me a huge share, y'all. Make sure you share the video. Sharing helps me out so stinking much. So obviously my transfer is not going to fit all the way on here. I'm only using the greenery, the bee, and the crown for this, okay? Hi, Sharon. Oh, thank you. It's probably because I got my hairs did. I got my hairs did on Thursday, and it was much needed. So I am not going to fuzz my transfer because this is canvas, and y'all, sometimes our transfers don't like to stick very well to canvas. So if you fuzz it, it might move on you. So I'm not going to fuzz for that reason, okay? And I'm just gonna do my best to put this in the center. And I think we're gonna do it on both sides, probably, maybe. So putting this on here, of course, something falls. That happens every live, I think, y'all. All right, I'm gonna hold this up, making sure It needs to come over to the right a little bit. I'm trying to get it centered. But we're not going to do the whole thing. If you're just jumping on, you're like, girl, that doesn't fit. I know. All right, we're going to push this down and we're going to pull out some ink colors. Y'all, I have not inked, like truly inked in some time. So here's what I'm thinking. Meadow for the greenery, right? Where's my black? Oh, heck, y'all. Do I not have my black out here? I don't think I have black. That's really weird. Okay, hold on. Where's my gold? Y'all, I'm a mess. Let's do shimmer copper for the crown. And I wanted to do black for the bee, but I don't have my black in here. What the heck? Oh, Miss Diane, I don't have it. Marcy, it's a retired Chalk Couture tote. That's not on the website, but I have some extras. So if you comment the word tote, it's the second link in the message. Y'all, literally, I'm like, I don't have black, and it's right in my hand. I swear. Sorry, Miss Diane. I meant, y'all, life has just happened. I apologize. I meant to get back to you. Okay, I'm going to push that down. So we're going to do meadow, black for the bee, and copper. Or should we do gold for the crown? No. I don't think I have. Y'all, I don't ever use my ink. This is how bad I am. I don't know what I have in this drawer and what I don't. Okay, we're just going to do copper. Good morning, Miss Patty. Okay, here we go. Enough of me, like, losing my mind. So I'm going to open my ink. So here's the thing about ink, y'all. If you get this anywhere else, it's going to stay there, okay? It's going to stay there. So be really careful with your ink. Make sure you're chalking and putting the color exactly where you want it. So I'm just going to go in with my green first. And we're going to cover this up. I'm thinking we should do both sides. We'll see how it turns out. We may think, oh, one side is good. But I think both sides is what we're going to do. So that means we'll have to clean our transfer and stuff. Okay. Now, the neat thing about ink is you don't have to rush. Okay. You don't have to rush through it. It doesn't dry in your silk screen. You have time to work with it and get your color laid down. So you don't have to do the peel, paste and pull to prevent it from drying in the silk screen, which is nice. So you can use, I'm using a mini squeegee. You can use a detail tool, multi-tool, whatever your heart desires. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Michelle. Hi, y'all. I know. I'm like, it's weird. I'm not normally on at this time. So I'm not normally on, oh my gosh, today's Saturday. Y'all, I can't even think today. I can't even think. Okay, so I'm going to go in with shimmer copper. Now, in the cart link, I did put gold. I would change it to shimmer copper because I think the shimmer copper is going to show up more on the tote than the gold will. But you can do whatever you want. So there's our copper. And y'all, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close up my jars. Because if you've been watching me for any time, you know that, or for a long time, you know that typically when I do ink, I get ink where I don't want it, like all the time. Hi, hello. I know, isn't that lemon tree so cool? I love that thing. Hi, Bambi. All right, and then let's go in with our black. And I also love the ink because it doesn't go, like, it doesn't get dry. I haven't used some of these inks in probably over a year, and they're still good to go. Now, if you want to try ink, in the cart link, in the first link in the message, I did put ink packets. So if you didn't want to invest in a full jar, we do have like little ink packets that you can get that are a great starter. All right, let's put this on here. All right, here we go. We're going to lift it up, and I'm going to lift it up slowly because if there's any spots that I missed, I can lay it back down and go back over it. Ooh, y'all. I love that. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Let me close up my black. Before I, hi Ruthie, before I, you know, put ink where I don't want it. And I have ink all over my hands. Y'all, I'm like a mess. I came in here last night, I was scavenging for a transfer I wanted to do. I don't know if y'all saw my reel last night, the one that says for when I pray for or something like that. I wanted to do that last night with y'all, but I could not find that transfer. So I posted the reel. That one was a really popular transfer that y'all wanted for my live sale. And now it's like $5 for Perks members. Hi, Sandra. So we're going to get this dry. We're going to heat set it. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. We're going to heat set it. But I want to get it as dry as I can. So typically what you want to do with ink is let it sit for like an hour or overnight and let it dry completely. But since I'm on a live, can't really sit here all night and watch, you know, ink dry. So I'm taking my heat tool and I am drying it. Now you can do this too. If you are in a pinch, but I would say let it dry is probably the best option on its own. And make sure it's like completely dry. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to take my ink mat out. Maybe, if I can get it out. And actually, we didn't even really need the ink mat because look, it didn't even bleed to the back, but it did prevent my fabric from moving on me. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to put a pressing pillow in between, like so, okay? And I'm gonna heat set it. So I'm gonna cover it with parchment paper. And I have my heat set to 300 for 30 seconds, okay? Now, I am typical, what I tend to do, y'all, is I tend to burn my canvas. So if it gets burned, it's not a big deal. Just take some hydrogen peroxide and spray it, and the burnt lookingness will come right off, okay? I'm gonna go over it again for another 15 seconds. It is a big tote, and it probably looks a little bit bigger on camera. But just going over it, I'm using a heat press. You can use a clamshell press, any heat press that you have, or you can use a regular iron. You'll do the same thing, but for an iron, it'd be like medium-high heat. And then put parchment paper down, and then go over it for like 4 minutes, and you should be good. All right, so here is side number 1. Oh my goodness, I love it. I feel like I'm wondering, shoot, y'all. I'm wondering if I should do wildflower honey. What do y'all think? Should we put, so the transfer has, let me show y'all. Ah! The transfer has wildflower honey at the bottom. Should we put that on there? So wildflower honey. Now, I wasn't planning on doing that. So I would, on the other side, I would move this down just a smidge. I know, I don't have one that says Queen Bee. And it's completely dry. So it's good to go. Should we add the words or leave it? No. Pam's like, do not do that. I'm going to clean the transfer while we're deciding, because we are going to do the other side. What do y'all think? Wording or no wording? So you're going to clean it just like you would a regular transfer, regular water, a good old board eraser. Leave it. Okay. Leave it. Here we go. Sorry, y'all. Someone's walking by, so we all need to alert the whole house. Words. Hi, Chrissy. Honey on top and wild. Oh, I missed that. Okay. So scrub the front. I'm going to turn it over. Yes, comment the word tote for me. That will get you the supply list, including the link to the tote. The tote's not available on the website. It's a retired item, but I have plenty. So if you do want a tote, like if you just want to get a tote, you can do that too. So there's that. I'm sorry, Miss Sandra. That's why I hate when they bark, because I know it sets off other people's dogs. I'm sorry. All right, let's dry this. So we decided no wording, right? I think the wording would look cute. I think it needs something though, you know? Hold on. Let me pull this down here. Let's look at it again. So, let's open it and let's check it out. Let's open it and let's see. So there it is, kind of open. I actually think it looks good without the wording. Just wildflowers. Yeah, I would. Well, it doesn't say flowers. It says wildflower. I see what you're saying. Just put wildflowers. I want to add the wording, but I'm afraid that the wording is going to be too much. Let's see. So we did wildflower. Boom. Y'all, Boone's chasing flies. He's running around the house chasing flies. Wildflower, honey. Honey, wildflower. Honey, wildflower. Hi, Linda. I think I'm just going to keep it the way that it is. I think the words would look cute. I'm just afraid that if I add them, it's going to be way, like, too much on the tote. I'm just going to do the bee. So we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to put my ink mat in. Y'all, the ink mat is also great for painting. So y'all know how I put I put my cutouts on a board with tape. The ink mat is also great for painting. You can put your cutouts on the ink mat and they won't move. And then you can just clean the ink mat off. What does the top of the transfer say? It says Honeybee Farm. Honeybee Farm. I know it's kind of hard to see when it's not on a white backer. All right, let me get this on here. The key is to get this as flat as you can. So you see I have a bunch of wrinkles, so just keep messing with it until you get the majority of the wrinkles out. And you want to get this as flat as possible. So it says, so here's the transfer. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it says Honeybee Farm, then fresh local with the bee in the middle, and then wildflower or wild honey at the bottom. So we're just going to do the center. We're just going to do the bee and the greenery and the crown and call it a day. I'm second guessing the wording. Do honeybee on top and farm. Ooh. The only problem is it's arched a little bit. So I wouldn't be able to get it straight, like straight across. You know what I mean? Because it is arched slightly on the transfer. So there's not much I can do. I think that would look a little funny. Ooh, oh, okay. We could do that. Look at y'all getting creative. I love it. All right, get this on here. Push this down. That looks good. All right, let's open up our meadow and we're going to start this process all over. Maybe if I can find my squeegee. It's right here. All right, let's get this going, y'all. So let me know in the comments if you've tried ink before. Have y'all tried ink? Have you tried it? Are you curious about it? Would you want to try it? Because if you want to try it, I could put little ink kits together to where you're not doing a big project, you're just doing a little project, and you could try it. But I don't even know if that's something that y'all would even be interested in. It would just be a small, like a little try me project. All right, doing the green, doing the meadow. Yes, tried it. Sandra, you would like to try it? Okay. I could put a little kit together for you, Miss Sandra. You could do like a little tea towel. It'd be really simple. All right. There's our green. You've done t-shirts and sweatshirts. I love the ink, y'all. The ink is the whole reason why I got started doing this. Because before, like, I was making my own silk screens. I was doing my own t-shirts. And I was wanting some ink colors to do my t-shirts. And y'all, once I used the transfers, I, said goodbye to making my own silk screens. And I just used these. And this is where I'm at after, what is it? Almost 4 years. I'm now doing this. It's just crazy. Thank you. I have all this stuff. Miss Pam, don't be scared. Start small. So if you're new to ink and you have all the supplies, I wouldn't start with a project like this. Start with like a tea towel or a koozie. Something small. What I would do is at Walmart, they have some flour sack towels that you can get for like a 4-pack or an 8-pack for like $6 or $7. Grab those, and they're really, really big. So you could just practice, get out one tea towel and just practice multiple times all over the tea towel. That way, you're not wasting nice towels that you purchase, nice decorative towels. You could just try on the flour sack towels until you get the hang of it. It's really, really simple. It's just like pasting, using paste. You just have to heat set it. And you just want to make sure that you have an ink mat. An ink mat will help prevent the transfer or the fabric from moving on you. I thought for one time, I was like, you know what? I don't need the ink mat. It's going to be fine. You need the ink mat because if the fabric will move on you, especially like a t-shirt or towel. Like I don't think that the tote would move so much. But definitely get an ink mat. That is important. And there it is, y'all. But I would try. This seems so much easier. Yes. Yeah, Miss Susie, I can put little kits together over in the VIP group. And let y'all try. So I would give y'all like a flour sack towel, a transfer, 1 or 2 packets of ink, and a little mini ink mat and a squeegee, and you could try it. We're heading to Kansas City Zoo and aquariums. Perfect, Michelle. Have fun. It is easy, Miss Sarah. I think this is so much easier than making my own silk screens. That's for dang sure. I was thinking the lemons would look pretty on. Yes, that would be gorgeous. I pick up tea towels every time. Yes. Okay, Michelle. I'll put something together and I'll post it in the VIP group. So if you're not in the VIP group, do me a favor. Comment the word tote, T-O-T-E, okay? My page will send you a message. It'll have all the links and everything. At the very bottom, there's going to be 2 buttons. There's going to be one that says Amazon favorites and then one that says join my groups or join my free groups. Click on join my free groups and then another message will pop up and click on join my VIP group. Go request to join in there and I will post some later today. So let's get this dry. We'll heat set it and then we'll be done. Hi, Pamela. Miss Pamela, your bunny tag kit got sent back to me. So I need to ship it back out to you just so you know. I have it. All right, let's pull the ink mat out. Also be careful when you're drying it with a dryer that your ink mat doesn't melt because that will happen. That will happen. I have done it before. And do not heat set it, y'all. It's going to be one of I can already feel it. It's going to be one of those days. All right, let's heat set it. I heard people have found tea towels at Dollar Tree. Yep. Yes, Sarah. Yes. I also like at the Target dollar spot. They sometimes have, I'm going to hit this a little bit more. They have cheap towels there too. It's not you. It was my fault. They said that it wasn't enough postage, which doesn't make any sense because all the other ones worked fine except for one other. So I'm not quite sure. It's on me. It's not your fault. It's me. I don't know what happened. I mean, I do know what happened, but I don't know why yours got sent back. It happened to one other person too. But I'll get it sent out today. Sent back out today. All right, that looks good. But yeah, I would suggest starting small. Just start on a tea towel and use multiple different transfers. So put your tea towel on your ink mat, right? And then, put your towel on your ink mat. And even if you get the big one like this, stretch it out all over. And then just take your transfer, put different transfers on there and just practice inking and pulling it off. And then heat setting it. It's really, really simple. I know everybody thinks it's scary, but it's really not. And even sometimes if you mess up with ink, you can wash it out with, I think it's hydrogen peroxide. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Ink is not scary. You just got to do it. Just practice with it. But I'll put some ink kits up in my VIP group today. That way, if you want to try it before you spend the money on an ink mat and ink and all of that. It's a great way to give it a try before you truly buy. Didn't mean to rhyme on that one, but I did. Okay, put that down. And y'all, it's dry. And it is totally, it's a taupe. Y'all, I don't know what is with my lame jokes this week. But both sides, super cute, super, super simple. I love this. And this tote, y'all, has a clasp. And it has pockets on the inside. 2 pockets on the inside, 2 pockets on the outside. It is a large tote. So these are currently retired on the website. But I think I have 9 or 10 left of these. And they are good quality. So if you just want the tote, comment the word tote and then go to the second link and check out, and I will ship this out to you ASAP. Okay. There it is, y'all. So hit the heart button for me. Let's do a giveaway. I'm going to pick a winner to win a mystery cutout. Let's clean this while y'all are commenting. Comment, and I will pick someone from the comments. Y'all, I'm a mess. Like, in here cleaning it last night. Thought I got some of it cleaned, and now it's still a mess. Thank you. Super, super simple, y'all. And I wanted to use this transfer. I've been dying to use this transfer. I just didn't know with what. So this transfer for Perks members is like $13 right now. It is on sales on the specials tab. It's $13. It's normally $27, but if you're not a Perks member, consider it because you save 30% off of everything. And then on sale items, you get an additional discount as well. Thank the bee. Oh, yes, y'all. Oh, I didn't even show y'all. Look how cute our bee hanger turned out yesterday. So I went live in my VIP group, right? And I had that little tiny bow that I first made. And I made the bigger bow. And I was like, what am I going to do with this bow? And Miss Laura, I don't know if she's still here. Miss Laura was like, glue it on top. So we did a double-decker bow. And I'm like, duh, why didn't I think of that? I love ink. You do better with ink than paste. I know, he's so cute. Making a tote for my grandkids for their mom. Perfect, Miss Cheryl. Yes, Miss Kaylin. So you do just clean, this is just regular water from the sink. I use a board eraser to scrub out all that ink, and then you just want to dry up all that extra water. And you just want to make sure that the silk screen is nice and cleaned out. Now, some colors that you use will stain your transfer. So like the black and the green did leave a little bit of staining, but it's okay. It's not going to ruin it. It's not going to affect the next time you use it, anything like that. But yes, just regular water. All right. Hi, Roberta. Roberta, how are you feeling, my friend? Let me put this down. Let's put the backer on, and then we'll pick our winner, okay? So keep commenting. How do I store those? Do I store the transfers? That's a great question, Miss Kaylin, because that is my dilemma that I'm having with my bigger transfers. Give me a second. I'll show you what I do with my smaller ones. Okay. So we're going to line this back up. Always put your backer back on. That way, see y'all? Ink. It is all over my hands. So if I were to go touch my clothes right now, it's going to stay there. So make sure you have your hands white. Just try small with ink. Have that transfer, but haven't used it either. But yes, Miss Cheryl. Yay! Yeah, they stain, but they're still good to use. So if it is stained, like mine is stained, I can take this and I can put it on a piece of wood and use paste with it. So that's another thing people always ask me is like, do I have to buy two, like one for ink, one for paste? No, I can use ink with this and then I can turn around and make another project and use paste with it. So that's the really neat thing. Kaylin, better than I was. Thankfully, I haven't had to be hospitalized. Thank you, Miss Roberta. Oh, I'm so glad that you're okay. You're doing better at least. Okay, so let me show you real quick. So these are my Valentine's transfers. So I have been really bad about organizing, but all my A's and B's, I put in sleeves and I organize by theme. So like this is all my Valentine's Day stuff and I put just in page protectors. But y'all, I need to file all of these. All of those A's and B's. Now the bigger ones, I just keep in a big mailing envelope by the same like theme. So I do Valentine's Day, every day, Christmas, and it's just like a big mailing envelope. I don't have one in here to show you, but big enough to hold my C's, which is the one I just used, my D's and my E's. Have to go to store in this. Oh no, I use an old-fashioned shower curtain. Ooh, that's a great idea. Yes, you could. I didn't even think about that. Yes, so you could also buy shower like hanging hooks, and you can hang them in a closet. I've done that before. There's a lot of different ways. If you need some pictures, Miss Kaylin, I can drum up some and send them to you. I have all my big transfers on coat hangers and hang. Yep, perfect, Miss Angie. So like from Amazon, you can get these little like S hooks. You can do S hooks or you can do hooks that have like little clamps and just hang them, like they said, on a hanger or just directly on to the rod in the closet. Yep, S hooks. When will they come back with totes for paste and screens? What? When will they come back with totes for paste and screens? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what exactly your question is, but to answer your question about totes, I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I use hangers with clothespins and hanging them on the back of my door. That's perfect. There's lots of creative ways to store them. I struggle most with obviously filing mine and putting them up where they're supposed to go. But I also struggle with my big transfers, and the easiest thing I found is just getting a big mailing envelope and just putting my C's, D's, and E's. So this size that I just used, this one, let me show you. A D, and then the E's are a little bit longer than this. So I put all of these sizes in mailing envelopes. That's personally what I do. But you can do what works for you. All right, let's pick a winner. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I know I'm not normally on Saturdays, but I wanted to come on and hang out. I will be back tomorrow doing another live with y'all. We're probably going to do the club transfer because I'm obsessed with it. I just put a nail in the wall and hang them on the big, yep, you could do that too. I'm a CC designer. I'm the same girl. I try to be organized. Oh yeah, Angie, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I have boxes unopened of chalk stuff that I just need to get on and just come show y'all. All right, let's pick a winner. Here we go. I'm going to refresh my comments. Y'all hit that heart button and comment away because we are going to pick a winner to win a mystery cutout. But I love how that tote turned out. Thank you, Miss Marcy. You too. Command hooks. Love the tote. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Miss Marcy Ritter, are you still here? She just commented. Miss Marcy, are you here? Yes. I'm going to try to do more of these Saturday morning lives because I like coming on and hanging out with y'all. But here's the tote that we made. There you are, Miss Marcy. Marcy, send me a message just saying, hey, I won. And I'll get your name on my list. And I have your mailing information, so you don't have to send it. But there it is, y'all. So simple. So easy. I will post, if you want to give ink a try, be a lookout in my VIP group today. I will post some ink kits available for you to try this. That way you can try out ink without breaking the bank or spending a bunch of money, okay? All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.